Sir, news from the underground.
Hello, welcome to The Underground. This is the podcast where we talk about the world and how crazy and weird and messed up it is. I'm your host, Duncan Michael McPherson. So today on this episode, what I want to talk about is actually a book that I'm reading, and I thought there were some things in it that were just too real for me living in Canada. So the book is called Anatomy of the State. This is the book here. Oh, it's very glary. That's the book, Anatomy of the State by Murray N. Rothbard. So I just want to read a little bit of it and relate what it's talking about to today. This book is about how a state works and how it's based in violence and force, basically. So, I guess just keep that in mind. So, the greatest danger to the state is independent intellectual criticism. I just want to stop with that first sentence. The greatest danger to the state is independent intellectual criticism. And we see that happening right now. People who are independent, critical thinkers, who are very smart people like Robert W. Malone, Brett Weinstein, Tess Lawrie, people talking about ivermectin, people talking about the lab leak theory, people talking about how wrong vaccine passports are. These are independent intellectual critics, and they're the most dangerous thing to the state, is what this book is saying. And they kind of explain why and how. So the greatest danger to the state is independent intellectual criticism. There's no better way to stifle that criticism than to attack any isolated voice, any raiser of new doubts, as a profane violator of the wisdom of his ancestors. Another potent ideological force is to deprecate the individual and exalt the collectivity of society. So what it's saying there is deprecate the individual, dismiss them, get rid of them. And how does it say? Exalt. I like that word. Exalt the collectivity of society. That's what we see right now, is that society is so important. And, we have to have vaccine passports because, you're saving society. It's not just for you, it's for everyone. If everybody gets vaccinated, it's better for everyone. And there's this idea that the society is so important while we're losing our independence, we're losing our ability to critically think, and even to be an individual seems to be being lost in Canada. Let me keep reading. For since any given rule implies majority acceptance, any ideological danger to that rule can only start from one or a few independently thinking individuals. The new idea, much less the new critical idea, must needs begin as a small minority opinion. Must begin as a small minority opinion. Therefore, the state must nip the view in the bud by ridiculing any view that defies the opinions of the mass. Quote, listen only to your brothers, or, quote, adjust to society, thus becomes ideological weapons for crushing individual dissent. That's exactly what we're seeing now with this pandemic. We're seeing individual ideas being crushed because, don't disagree with the science. Well, that's not how science works. Science is a process where we put theories up and then we test them and we look at how could they possibly be wrong. So what you want for good science is people like me and Brett Weinstein and Robert Malone criticizing you and saying, look, you might be wrong about this and this and this. And if this and this and this happens, it proves you're wrong. And paying attention to that, that's good science. This idea that we need to follow the science. This book actually goes into talking about how science has become, how the government has to capture intellectuals and use the modern society uses, modern governments use science as a weapon. Anyway, that's all I have to say. I'm going to make another one because I want to talk about the shirt that I'm wearing, PPC, and why I voted for them. So that'll be the next one. Thanks for listening. Bye. Hey, thanks for listening to The Underground. Please subscribe on YouTube and like and share it on social media if you'd like to see more content like this. Thanks, everybody. Bye.